In Confucius's time, the Zhou dynasty was corrupt. And so the main conflict that we'll be looking at in the Analects of Confucius 3.18 is the difference between true ritual and flattery. What the difference is and why it matters so much to Confucius. And without further ado, let's get started. 3.18. The master said, "If in serving your ruler you try to do everything correctly by the rites, others will look upon you as being obsequious." Obsequious as in trying to gain something for your own benefit, trying to flatter someone for, again, your own benefit. To state this in other words, what Confucius is saying is that if you try to do your best out of your genuine, authentic intentions and you uphold the rules and stay true to how you're actually supposed to treat your ruler, the person above you, with respect and with integrity. So if you do that, then others in his time who were not following the rules would think that you're trying to gain something for your own benefit, because they would never even think that you would do this kind of thing out of your own genuine intentions. And we'll break this down more kind of section by section. Serving your ruler, you try to do everything correctly by the rites. So let's say that this chapter is trying to talk about is Confucius, because it is Confucius's own observation in his timeline and in his society that he is living in. And so when Confucius tries to actually do the right thing, and if he's meticulously following the rules of this kind of ritual, how a minister is supposed to behave towards the ruler, then people will misunderstand him for something else. And I'll talk about something else a bit later, but the reason why he's doing this is because it's the external expression for social order and harmony, basically inner respect for this ruler. And so he's just trying to uphold the necessary rules in order to maintain a good, balanced society. And so, like we've talked about on and on in Book 3, what Book 3 is mainly talking about is the fact that Confucius's time, the Spring and Autumn period or the Warring States period, this time when the Zhou dynasty was collapsing, it's the most unstable, chaotic part that Confucius feels like it needs fixing, it needs to be talked about. And so during this time, people are not following the rules at all, so they're lazy, maybe selfish, unmotivated to do anything that is correct. And true virtue becomes rare. So then when everyone's cutting corners, then the person who is actually following the rules, which is Confucius, actually just stands out. And so they can't imagine at all that Confucius isn't acting out of his own agenda. And so they just assume that his actual motive is to flatter the ruler and to get some kind of benefit out of him. And the reason why Confucius says this is because it's a lament, because that the only person who is virtuous feels lonely in a sea of unvirtuous people. So he's being misunderstood and misjudged by the crowd. And also, he's trying to show how corrupt this society is, how bad it's going morally. And so when right conduct is mistaken for flattery, then you know that something has gone wrong. And so this is why you shouldn't base your virtues and your values on public opinion, because who knows that what the public is doing is what is right. So you must do what is right, even when you are criticized for it. And yeah, that'll be all today. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me, and I will try my best to answer you. And yeah, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Me.